Bob the Vape Computer Guy. Today we're taking a look at the Creed RTA by Geek Vape. Alright, first we're going to start by taking a vape. Really nice. Let's dive down, look at this thing up close because it's kind of interesting, a lot of options, and then I'll tell you what I think about it. Alright, today we're taking a look at the Creed RTA. So you can see we have it here with the bubble glass on it. You will also get a straight glass. You will get multiple airflow control tops. Also, one is included in there already. You will get a second frosted 810 drip tip. You will get a 510 drip tip. You will get a bag of goodies that includes a 510 drip tip adapter, a bunch of O-rings, screwdriver, extra screws, and you will get a manual which has a lot of languages but is pretty basic with just really one page of information. Alright, so let's take a look at the RTA itself. With the bubble glass on it that comes pre-installed, you have 6.5 milliliter juice capacity. Putting on the straight glass will give you 4.5 milliliter juice capacity. You have 3 airflow slots with a stopper, and it's pretty stiff. You have a nicely protruding 510 pin. The bottom will say Creed, designed by Geek Vape. This is the included 810 drip tip. It is top fill. Taking off the base is where it starts to get interesting. You can see a rubber O-ring or gasket in the top there to make sure that this side chamber makes contact in there and keeps everything tight. These removable airflow control tops, we'll call them, you have 3 of them in there. You can see here you have bottom airflow coming from here, but you can also have side airflow. So by throwing one of these on, you'll have your bottom airflow coming under the coil, but air will also come out here and go in through the side, hitting your coils from the side. The bottom airflow is always on. You can't turn that off. You can remove this side chamber and throw on this one, which has holes instead of slots. Or you can take that off and close off the side airflow completely. There are little grooves in here that you do have to align when you put it on. And then all your airflow will come from the bottom, and you don't have to use the side airflow at all. You can see it's pretty small and compact in there. The build deck is a 2-post design, so when you're doing your dual coils, you do have to balance and get both coils in aligned properly before you tighten that down, which is a little more difficult for newer builders. Also, your wicking slots are shared. They're large slots on both sides, so when you have a coil here and a coil here, your wicks from both these 2 coils on one side will go into the same slot, and your wicks from the other one will go into the same slot on the other side. Let's go ahead and throw some coils in here. I'm going to use some of these 0.3 ohm staggered Claptons. I've gone ahead and spaced these out just a little bit. I'll put my first coil in, align it right above those air slots. And I'll do the same thing with the other coil. And the trick is to get your coils pretty much where you want them. And then clamp down one side without it moving too much. Start bending them into place a little bit. Clamp down your other side. Then start working your coils into the right position. You got to make sure they're going to clear the side walls when you put one of those chambers on top. And you want them aligned just above the air holes. Before burning, coming out to a 0.18. Now that the coils are in place, we'll go ahead and wick them up. Remember that all the wicks are going into the same wicking slot under there. You don't want it packed tight, but you got to make sure you got enough cotton going there to prevent leaking. Today I'm going to throw on some of this I Love Cookies Too. I'm going to throw on the cover that prevents side airflow, so I get only bottom airflow for increased flavor. And there she is, the Creed RTA. Let's give you all the specs on it, and we'll go back up and talk about it. Alright, so there you go. The Creed by Geek Vape. I love this thing. This is really nice. Let's go over a few things. First of all, those chambers inside. You got the 3 different chambers. Quick lesson on flavor on chamber size. The smaller the chamber size and the less air you can put to your coil that's still sufficient in terms of how you like to vape, the better your flavor is going to be, okay? So you have this nice closed-in chamber around those dual coils, and I don't like using the side airflow. I like just the bottom airflow. So if you put in the cap on there that gives you just the bottom airflow, that gives you the best flavor on this device. Is it the best flavor of any device I've ever used? No. Is it good? Yes, it's damn good. When you put those other side caps on, I have them here because I haven't been using them anymore. When you put those on there, you're adding more air, which reduces your flavor. It allows you to get, more vapor if you want, but, flavor I think is what most of us want. And, you get plenty of vapor off of this thing. If that's not enough for you, and getting the best flavor you can out of a device, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm using that only with bottom airflow, fully open. I get plenty of airflow on this device. You get 6.5 mils of juice with the bubble glass on there. I like it with the drip tip that came on it, just because it's a shorty drip tip. Well, it's not really, because you got that little gold piece on there, so it's like a full-size A10 drip tip, but it just feels great. It works great. The one thing I was concerned about was that top fill. If you saw how thin, I don't know if you can see if we can focus in there. You see how thin that is? It's just that, it's not even this part. It's just that real top part with the gnarling on it. I was concerned that would be hard to get off, and cause some problems, but none whatsoever. It's easy to turn with that large gnarling, that large grippable area on top. Easy to turn, easy to fill. I have had zero linking on this device. The way I wicked it up close was the way, after a bunch of tries, that was the best. So what you saw there is the proper wicking for this.
Everything about it's been great. I'm using it right now on the Aegis Legend. Yes, this still works. I ran this thing over and did a lot of damage to that thing when testing it, if you saw that video. If not, you can click up there and see that video. But I've been really happy with this. The flavor's been great. Being able to get so much juice out of it's been great. I think it looks great. That's the gold one on there. Overall, there's no cons to this RDA. You have that RTA. You have the option, like I said, of all those things that you can do inside of it, but it works great with just closing off that side, using bottom airflow. I'm very happy with it. No leaking. Pretty darn good flavor. Like I said, you know, it's way above average, not the best there ever is, but it's certainly good enough. I got a really sweet juice in here that I'm very familiar with. I'm still just using it with that I Love Cookies too, because I know that juice really well, and I've been using that in here the whole time and been very happy with it. I really like this Creed RTA. Just everything about it's been really good. So if you're looking for something and you don't mind the size, something nice and large, as you see, you really got to put it on a big device there. Otherwise, it might look a little crazy. And again, you know, if you had a gold mod, it might look better, but I just love this device. It works great. Everything about it's been good. I can highly recommend it. Might be a little trickier to build, to get those coils right, because you can't put one coil in, lock it down, put another coil and get it and lock it down. So if you're really new to building, you may not want to start off with something like that, but if you're comfortable with that, this is a great choice and a great way to go. So there you go. That is the Creed RTA by Geek Vape. Check it out. Check out that other video below down there, and I'll see you soon.